Hey Body Geeks, this is a intermediate to advanced classical workout. Some tools that might assist you but that are not necessary are a strap for your mat, some hand weights, and a pole or a bar. We're just going to flow through this class and keep it at a slow to deliberate pace to see if we can find some new details. So stand at the foot of your mat. And let's go for Pilates first today. Cross one arm over the other and lift yourself up tall by reaching your legs into the floor and lifting your three-dimensional spine away from your legs. Bend and straighten your knees. And you're going to limit yourself only to the point where it feels like if you were to bend your knees any further, your heels would come off the floor. Each time that you stand back up, assert your heels into the floor and squeeze your inner thighs together by wrapping the legs and lifting into your center. Do that a few more times. We're looking for feeling today, feeling deeply. And now you're going to do a couple where you continue to bend your knees but let your heels lift off the floor. Find balance by squeezing your heels more together as you assert your heels down into the floor, stand back up into the back of your body. And if you feel like going at a faster pace than me today, feel free to do that. But the idea is really just to keep breathing and keep moving and enjoy the two-way stretching in all the parts. Maybe an inhale to go down or up. And then an exhale to go in the opposite direction. Let's go all the way down to the mat this time. So you're staying as vertical as you can. You're letting your bottom go to your heels. And then you reach forward and bring yourself to the mat. And if for any reason that doesn't work for you for your knees, of course, you can just roll down, come to your knees, and then roll back down. So with your legs fully extended, you're going to start moving your arms up and down. Overhead on an inhale, down by your sides on an exhale. And on the inhale, you're going to let your full 3D body open up from the inside out. And on your exhale, you're going to reverse that action and find a little bit of strength, cinching all of your center parts around your spine. Center parts around your spine. I've kind of become keen on not using terms like muscles. Did this really brilliant dissection workshop with Gil Headley, and it's just kind of come to my attention that muscles are just not nearly as important as the importance we give them. And that all the tissue, the connective tissue, the blood vessels, everything is so important that whatever you picture when you picture your insides is really the magic. And the next time that you reach your arms down toward your feet, you're going to pause right there, and you're going to let the two-way stretch of your arms and legs away from the back of your spine peel just your upper body into the 100 position. Now stay a little lower than you might usually stay so that you can pull the top of you away from your feet. Lower back down and do that again. So you're just going to keep moving like that. Arms and legs reach. Head reaches the opposite direction to lift up. You look at your toes, you squeeze your legs, and we'll do that one more time. And just leave your legs on the ground to start your 100 today. And again, I'm going slower to deliberate pace. Then maybe lift one leg, just one leg up to 45, and see what that does for you for balancing your pelvis. And then change legs. Don't worry about counting, just continue breathing in for 5, out for 5, with the whole purpose of taking your center and moving it into the back of you. So if somebody was holding and assisting your head, pulling away, that's how you would find that length. then maybe both legs go up at the same time. Maybe that means your knees need to pull up to tabletop or all the way up. Or maybe that means that you reach your legs out away from you. I know we're doing more than 10 breaths. Just stick with me. And then one more breath. All the way down. Stretch yourself out. And if you have a strap, you're going to rock yourself up. Grab your strap, scoot back, and maybe your pole. And let's just move into what you know as a roll-up. And I just want you to keep moving and breathing. So matching the fact that you're always either inhaling or exhaling to a similar feeling of always stretching in one direction or the other, or both at the same time. And what I'm thinking of here is just staying on my seat as I'm reaching my legs forward so that I keep as much of the tension on that strap as I can the whole time. If you don't have a strap, this might mean that your knees are bent so that you work on pressing your feet down into the mat. Yep. For those of you that have been following my YouTube channel, first, thank you. And we've been working on ways to increase endurance. And this whole idea of flowing and breathing and continuing to move is certainly one of them. But another one of them is just increasing the number of repetitions that we do. We typically don't do any more than about 10 of something in Pilates Mat, but I think it's really valuable to see kind of like where you are. Do you ever not do 10 of something? Is it time to try that idea? I think this might be like my 12th roll up. We're going to go all the way down to the mat. And then you're going to ditch your bar if you have one, bring one leg in the air and circle the leg. Yeah, and if you want to throw that rollover in there, you can. But really what I'm looking for here is that same length that we were talking about in your 100, where I said, pull your insides up to the back of you. Same idea here. So even though you're laying here with, the gravity is keeping you on the floor, there is a little bit of work to do here, which is why when you watch some of the long working Pilates practitioners, how it looks just so effortless in their body, like their body is somehow magically not moving. 5 circles on one leg, 5 circles on the other leg. And if you end up doing fewer reps than I'm doing today, great. Move at whatever pace makes you feel like you can just find this underlying length. And an underlying length that's pleasurable to cultivate. So not an underlying length that you're having to grab onto or grip or muscle yourself into, although there's, a little bit of muscular effort involved. Then you're just going to roll up and grab your ankles. Hold here for a second. Take a couple deep breaths to lengthen the back of you, similar to the 100. So there you were in your 100. Oh, that's a great idea. Let's just do that a couple of times. You might know this as a boat in yoga. They all mix. So let's just come down into the 100. Find that length and then use the length of your 100 to come back up. Maybe for you, this is feet on the mat and you're just sliding your legs away. Find the length of your upper and then keep the length of your upper to come right back. Let's just do 2 more. And then let's roll like a ball. So some of the magic is kind of in the details. Last couple of years, my clients and I have been talking a lot lately about, what is the measure of success of your exercise? And of course, we're always going for the grand slams like the teaser and the roll up, and we want to master those things, but we don't just want to master them for the sake of doing them. We're trying to master the details of what each exercise gives us. And mostly, I've started to think about it, all the exercises as just a different way, a different position of challenging your ability to two-way stretch. And then let's grab one shin and lengthen the other leg away. Do that same thing that you just did when you were moving from rolling like a ball into 100. Pull the upper half of you away from that bottom leg. Boom. And then you switch back and forth. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. exhale. And it's so hard to go on somebody else's pace. It's kind of like having a conversation with somebody that talks a lot faster than you do. So I want to challenge you that even though this might not feel like a good pace for you, to give it a try. And if this feels like your home base, like, I got this, try switching to something that's either a little slower or a little faster. And then right into the double leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle. Inhale, exhale. And if you're having trouble either keeping your legs together today or feeling that moment of 100 where you were really staying back on your lower vertebrae, just lower your head. So that just like the leg circles, you can cultivate that idea of pulling your spine in one direction away from that bottom leg. We're still double leg stretching. A couple more of these double leg stretches, being very clear about the pathway that you're moving in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle. And then into the single straight leg stretch. So no bounce today, just switching and grabbing the leg. And there are these moments in every exercise where there's this little rest. And I feel like the rest is the moment here where you can find that same upper back anchor and pull your upper body away from your lower. And then taking your hands behind your head, squeezing your legs together into the double straight leg stretch. Of course, not letting the legs drag the body with you as you go down, but maintaining that same 100 upper back anchor, especially as you reach the legs away from the body so that you're already set up when the legs try to come back. Let's do a couple more. And then into the crisscross. And you're just going to keep it moving. I really like the breath where we hold the exhale and find the twist. But maybe here you just finish a full inhale and then a full exhale and just keep it moving. One last set. And then rock your way up to seated for the spine stretch. So one hand on top of the other, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, reach forward. And then inhale, come back up, switch which hand is on top. Let's just do one more spine stretch, reaching the legs away from where the seat is grounding. And then we're going to squeeze the legs together and go all the way back down again. Now from here, you're just going to reach up into a teaser-like position and go for grab your ankles. So there it is, that's sitting on the seat and reaching the spine away from that. You're going to squeeze your legs together and then roll all the way down just like a teaser 3. Separate your legs and we'll try that again. Look forward, reach forward, lengthen your spine, lift, squeeze the legs together, reach the arms up, and then all the way down. One more time, separate the legs, look forward, reach forward, find the moment of being on your seat, and that's when you reach your legs away from you. Squeeze your legs together and roll all the way down. You're going to reach up and grab the dowel rods if you have them. If not, your arms are going to go by your sides. And let's start with the corkscrew that's really small. So super gluing the legs together so that what we're really feeling is the twist of the upper body away from the lower body. Inhale to reach, exhale to circle. And maybe you feel this drawing of a circle shape on your sacrum from the top of the sacrum all the way around to the tailbone and then back up again. Once you've done a few of those and you feel like you can fully anchor your upper body, then of course you can take it into a little bit bigger of a twist. Or if it's your flavor, you can go into the advanced version of the corkscrew and all the way around. I'm just going to keep it right here so that I can enjoy this reach on the inhale and then circle around the corner. Inhale, reach, exhale, circle. Let's do one more in each direction. And if you've got the handles, I'm trying to push up on the handles rather than pull toward the back of the mat. And then you're just going to rock yourself right up into the saw, reach both legs wide. We're going to take this behind the head version today, which I really like because it can teach you how to rotate your torso without convincing yourself from your arm movement that that's happening. So hands behind your head via neck pull. Then you're going to lift up tall, twist to one side, and you're going to aim your elbow for inside your legs. As you do that, you're going to open your back ribs and lift your other elbow up toward the ceiling and take a look. Then stay in that twist, come a little bit higher, all the way up, and then back to center. Inhale to twist, aim the elbow for inside the legs, come right back up, and then center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, more twist, exhale, center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and you're still seated on your seat cushions so that when you go forward, you don't feel yourself rocking onto the front of your sits bones. Let's do a couple more sets like this. I'm trying to keep my throat open even though my spine is rounding to take me forward. And then we're going to flip it over for the swan. If you do have a high mat, you're going to take your head off the front of the mat and set your hands wide. If you don't have a high mat, go ahead and take your hands off the mat so that you feel that same width of your hands. Then with your forehead on the mat and your shoelaces pressing down, lift your elbows and reach them away from you. Take a deep breath in and reach forward and look up. When you feel like you can't go any higher with your back muscles, then help with your arms just a little bit more and exhale, come right back down. Let's repeat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Three more. And one more swan. Then move your hands in a little bit closer so that in one move you can press yourself right into a child's pose. Take a deep breath in and then round yourself up so that you're sitting on your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs together, keep your arms by your sides, reach the crown of your head up toward the ceiling and start to lift up onto your knees. Come right back down. Now, this isn't something we would normally do in classical Pilates, but I'm adding it on in here before we do our single and our double leg kicks so that you can feel this moment of the thigh tissue lengthening away from the two ASIS bones and then lifting your stomach away from that. So there's this front body two-way stretch that's happening here. Maybe we take the arms forward. This is an inhale. And an exhale. Keep repeating. Don't be surprised if you feel a certain amount of stretch on the inner outside of your kneecap. Most of us are going to feel it on the outside if our legs are really close together. If that's super strenuous for you and it doesn't feel nice, then spread your legs a little bit further apart so you give yourself a little bit more room. Let's do just a couple more. The goal being to find that front body two-way stretch so that when we get down to the mat, you can assert that idea on the mat. And then when you come down to your heels this time, go ahead and slide yourself out onto your elbows, squeeze your legs together, find the upper body swan moment, and then go into your single leg kick, kick, kick. We're going to do quite a few sets here so that you can focus on that same idea of the front body stretch while the stomach is pulling up away from the mat. While you're kicking, if you're not sure if you can find that, drop your head down and look at your belly. It will help you get that lift action from the stomach and the front body stretch. Then you can always go back to looking forward and trying to find that lift with your stomach. Keep pressing the fists down. Do just a couple more of these single leg kicks, and then we'll go right into the double. Let's put the forehead on the mat today and the arms by the sides. Squeeze your legs together again, and then find that wide position again, where you're reaching your collarbones and your scapula away from the center of your body, rather than just squeezing your shoulder blades together on your back. Lift your legs, give them a nice 1, 2, 3 squeeze for the double leg kick. When you press the shoelaces down, lift the arms toward the back of the mat and let that draw your upper body up on your inhale. Come back down, kick the legs 1, 2, 3. That's your exhale. Inhale to lift. And then again, exhale 1, 2, 3. One more time for the double leg kick, and then we'll press back into child's pose to go into the thigh stretch, all in one little move. Pull the belly in to sit your hips to your heels, and then round yourself up. If you have a bar, go ahead and grab your bar. Spread your knees a little bit further apart, and then reach the bar in the air. Now work on that same idea of the thigh tissue, belly tissue, front body two-way stretch as you rebound off of the thigh stretch and come back up. Inhaling to reach, exhaling to come back. So if there's any collapse of the front body at all as we go back, we've gone too far. So you're still looking for that beautiful two-way stretch all the way through the top of the head. Let's do a couple more. Inhale to go back, and then exhale up. Couple more on your own time. And then when you're ready, we'll go into the neck pull. You'll flip around onto your seat. Feet go underneath your strap or perhaps underneath a couch. You could even put a weight on top of your ankles. Roll all the way down, and then your hands go behind your head. Take a deep breath in. Find that same upper back space that we found in the 100. Curl yourself up, sit on your seat, and then reach forward. Inhale, lift yourself up, and then reach your upper body to the back of the mat as you continue curling your spine. Stop when you get to that upper back place that we found in the 100. Once you find that upper back place, push your head into your hands and complete the neck pull. Inhale to reach up and over the top. 1, 2, 3, little bounce. Not a lot of weight of the hands on the head. Exhale to come back down. Pause at the thoracic spine. Reach your legs. Push the back of the head down. Let's do one more neck pull. And then with your arms down by your side, you're going to drag your legs in to a frog position. With your back on the mat, lengthening your spine up, begin reaching your legs forward and bringing them back. So hard to do on the mat, something that's really well supported on the reformer. So if you need to, take the legs a little higher to make that heavy heart upper back contact with the mat to lengthen the back of your neck. If you're feeling like you want a little more of a challenge, extend the legs a little bit lower, but still be able to maintain that contact with the mat. Let's do just 2 more frogs, and then we'll send it into the leg circles. So you've got those straps on your feet, the legs come parallel, and then you take your little circles. Keep reaching the arms long down the mat as you circle, and then reverse the circle. Couple more, and then bring your knees into your chest, and your feet will go all the way down to the floor for a bridge. Reach the arms away, reach the upper back in the opposite direction, then begin curling your tail, low back, middle back, upper back, and then come right back down. So what we're looking for is that heavy heart upper back place to stay down on the mat, and the lifting part is coming from where your leg meets your bottom. So that rather than arching from the back to get your height and pulling your shoulder blades together, this part of you is melted into the floor, and the reach of the thighs and the lift from the hamstrings and the seat is what's bringing you in the air. Let's just do a couple more of those, and then we'll move on into the shoulder bridge. This time, leave your bridge in the air, and let's do 3 times. Sink the heart, lift the buns, reach the thighs. Sink the heart, lift the buns, reach the thighs, so that you feel this opposition of soft and easy and strong and in control. Slide one leg away from you, bring it back. Slide the other leg away from you, bring it back. So just another challenge to do the same thing we were just talking about. Heavy heart, long spine, easy neck and jaw, really strong lower body, thighs reaching forward. The next time you reach a leg forward, lift it up in the air. Keep the top foot pointed today and just kick the leg up and down. And still focusing on that upper back, low butt connection.
If it feels to you like that won't happen unless you lower your bridge a little bit lower, go for it. Because that connection, that little detail is what we're really looking for in the shoulder bridge. Then draw that leg back in, find your center, reach the other leg out. Now you might be thinking, well, Heather, don't we usually have our hands underneath our hips? Sure, that's definitely a classical mat variation of the shoulder bridge, but this is a really wonderful place to learn how to do other types of bridges that we do, such as maybe like the pelvic lift on the reformer. That leg's going to come all the way down, slide that leg in, and then once again, find your lift, sink your heart, reach your thighs, and then roll yourself all the way back down. You're going to rock up and grab your ankles one more time to balance. Boom, you're there. Then cross one foot over the other, turn toward your bottom leg, and come into a plank. Hold this plank for just a moment so you can find the power of the legs and the two-way stretch, and then either bend your knees to lower yourself to the mat or bend your elbows toward your ankles and come all the way down. You're going to slide yourself back and reach your arms forward and your legs out. With your forehead down, you're going to anchor all your limbs onto the mat and then find that same belly lift, long low back reach that we found before. Keep that same idea. Press one arm and the opposite leg into the mat and lift the other two limbs. Lower back down. Inhale the other side and lower back down. So the reason why we're doing this, and we will get to the full swim, the reason we're doing this here is so that we can set ourselves up for the side kick. Setting ourselves up for the side kick on our stomach. Okay. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time on each side, drawing the belly in, long low back, anchoring the thigh so that the hip bones are close to the mat. Then you're just going to roll over onto one side. Legs go to the front corner of the mat, body stays at the back. So that pulling up of the belly, that same action that we felt when the upper back was on the floor when we first went into our 100 position, if you were to roll over to your side, this would be a perfect side kick position. So that strong stomach that was anchoring your upper back into the mat is still present here in your side kick. So you can support your head in your hand if you'd like, and then start to swing that top leg forward and back. So imagine you're still on your back, finding that very first 100 position, and that's how much two-way stretch that you're doing in this exercise. So while this nice, sexy moving leg down here feels really fun, the point of the exercise is to be able to two-way stretch yourself away from all this fancy action that's happening down here. Let's do about 5 more. Once you start to cultivate that two-way stretch, it'll be so much easier to get super fancy with this leg and take it way far behind you. Last one. And then I'll give you the good view this time. You can switch around to the other side, back to the back of the mat, support your head, then find that moment of the upper back on the floor, the two-way stretch. Lift that top leg and swing front to back. So the anchor of the bottom leg is what's helping you here. The upper back feeling like it's moving behind you. Maybe you even feel like the whole back of your body is one long sheet that's being stretched long across your back. Let's do about 6 more. There's that moment where the tush has to squeeze to come back, but the belly really has to keep you from falling and rolling over onto your hip. Make these the last 2. Excellent. And then you're going to come onto your butt again. Roll all the way down. Let's repeat that reach up and grab the ankles feeling. So you're going to look forward, sit on your seat, then reach the legs and grab the ankles. Let's try that again. Squeeze the legs together, lift the arms up, all the way down. Lift the upper body, curl and find the seat in order to lift your legs in the air, and then reach the legs. This time you're going to leave your legs in the air and go down and up for the teaser. Reach the arms overhead, and then curl yourself back up. And flowing down, reaching long, curling back up. We'll go one more time for the teaser 1. Find that upper back connection right there to the mat to come back up. Hold it and lower your legs for 3. Imagine the mat is still there behind you. 2. One more time, and then reach your parts apart, apart, apart. Find that 100 position that we found, and then lower yourself down. When you go up for your teaser 3, see if you can find that spot of that 100 position. So anchoring the upper back, reaching the legs, then sitting on your seat to come all the way up. Raise the arms and then pull your parts apart. Find that 100 position again and then release. Let's do it just one more time. Upper back, 100 position. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Find the legs if you need to. Arms reach up and then lower back down. You guessed it. We're going to do the hip circles one more time. 100 position. Find the reach. Arms go back. Let's just do 2 sets. Circle around and lift. Yes, it's definitely the hip flexors, but you got to do it if you're going to get strong. Lift one hip. Circle around. Keep reaching the upper back up the back of your head. Then we get a relief. Cross the legs. Come over to your plank and hold it. Drive the legs back, reach the upper body forward, find that same long front connection, the thigh tissue away from the belly. Hold your plank for just 3 more breaths. Calm your heart rate. 2 more breaths. We're about to stretch all that stuff out. 1 more breath. And then either down through the plank or lower to your knees and reach to the floor. Extend your arms and legs forward and back. Forehead starts on the mat. Take a deep breath in. Find the pubic bone reaching to the floor. And then lift yourself up off the mat and look forward. And here we go. Inhale. 2. Exhale. 2. Inhale. 2. Exhale. 2. Inhale. And I'm calling it 2 because I feel like I'm doing 2 sets of the swim on each side. And then in one move, you're going to press yourself back to child's pose. And guess what? We're going to repeat the thigh stretch. Come all the way back up with or without the pole. Knees come apart. Reach the pole in the air. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Find that rebound at the back. Inhale to reach. Exhale to come up. So we're about to do 2 leg pull exercises that are going to require your biggest, best 2-way stretch yet. So we're trying to find that right here, not cheat it for 1 second, not in any part of the body. Maybe your range of motion is a little bit less. 1 more time. Then the pole goes down. And we come out into the plank. Tuck your toes, find the shoulders right over the hands, then really spread the palm wide so you feel like a lot of the work is being distributed through all the knuckles and the fingers. Then keep the heels reaching back, keep the crown reaching forward, find that moment of openness that you just found in your thigh stretch. Lift one leg off the floor. Put it right back down. So no rocking today. Just thinking about the 2-way stretch, the open body at the front, the same connection of the upper back into the back of your head so that you're not in a curved position here in your upper back, like on the reformer for the upstretch, but rather you're fully lengthened. 1 more time on each side. And then down to your knees, child's pose. Take a deep breath in, then flip it right over. Heels come together, same Pilates first. Hands go back for the leg pull back. Leg pull back. Lift the chest up, soften up the elbows. It's that same reaching of your collarbones wide. The friends fighting over you, pulling one arm in the other. You're going to find that moment and then use this little curl like you would on the Cadillac. So the tail's going to go first. Lift all the way up. Hold that for a breath. Then I'm going to add something tricky here. Come on down, flex your feet, parallel the legs. Just like rowing, round your back and reach past your heels with your hands on the mat. Start to extend through your back, taking your arms with you. Get to the top, find the internal rotation of the arm bones so the palms face out, and then use the buns to get taller as you press to the floor. We're going to repeat that. Hands go back, open the chest. Open the legs, squeeze the heels. Drive the tail forward, lift into the air, hold for 1 breath. Lower back down, flex and parallel, push into the floor, find your rowing, extend your back. Internally rotate, press, reset the hands. We go again. Curl and lift. Down and set. Push and curl. Lift and press. Again, lift, curl up, down, lift, set, round, reach, lengthen, rotate, reset. 2 more. Curl, lift, down, reset taller, round, press, reach, rotate and lift. Reset. Last time. Curl and lift, down and set. Nice job. Round and reach and release. Come to your knees facing front for the kneeling side kick. And if you've got hand weights, go ahead and grab your hand weights. If not, just do this with us, even without the weights. Soles of the feet are pointing up toward the ceiling so that your shoelaces are pressing down. Grab the weights, or even without the weights, reach your arms wide. One friend's got this arm pulling you this way, another friend's got this arm. Find that wide shoulder position and then biceps curls. Even without the weights, the value here is the feeling of opening both the front and the back as if your arms were being pulled away from your breastbone. Just a couple more biceps curls. You're still in that long body position, thigh tissue away from the belly tissue. Then bring the arms forward. Same idea. Even in this position, can you still have that wide feeling of the collarbones and the shoulder blades? So hard to have the arms in front of us and still stay forward. So this is a lot of hamstring work once you bring the arms in front. To prove it to yourself, take the arms back out to the sides again. Do a couple more biceps curls there. Then bring the arms back forward again. Oh, hard not to go back in the butt as you do that. And then one more. Take the arms out to the sides. Make the number 0 with your arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Long body front. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. And then we're going to drop the weights and go into a simple version of the kneeling side kick. So once the weights are on the floor, take the arms wide, reach so that you go way away from you and start to lift the opposite leg. 2 options. Classical, you can put the fingertips at your jaw, hand up your face, or you can use this arm to find a little bit more length on your top body and squeeze this hip forward over your leg. Hold this position, prioritizing the stretch, and circle the leg for 5, 4, 3, and reverse. Then you're going to reach to come up, but keep the leg balancing in the air. Balance, balance, balance. And then when you can, replace the leg. Find your doorway plane again. Friends are fighting over you. Take your body over to the side. Reach. Choose your arm. Prioritize the stretch. Hip over front leg. And circle 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse. 5, 4. Same little balance trick. You're going to reach that leg away from you, reach your upper body away from your leg, find the balance, and then come back in. Sit down on the hip of the opposite direction you just came from. Stack the legs together. You can separate the feet for a little more balance, but I'm going to challenge you to stack your feet today. Feet, knees, and hand all in the same line. And that's important so that as you lift up into your side bend, your bottom has to come forward to get into line with the rest of you. As you bend your knees, stretch your upper body toward the ceiling so that you get this nice stretch on this side. Let's do 5 each. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. I'm going to give you a modification here. You can bend this bottom knee and lengthen your top leg. You still have to come forward to get your hips in line with your knee and your foot, but I like this option if for any reason it's hard on this shoulder. You might have to move this hand in just a little bit. Inhale to reach, lift the waist. Enjoy that stretch. One more time. Inhale, lift. Then you're just going to swing your legs around to the other side. Boom, boom. And then pick your poison, either legs together, feet, knees, hand, or bottom knee bent, top leg straight. Lift yourself forward so the chest has to go back and the booty has to go forward. And exhale back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Here's that more advanced option again. Inhale to lift. Stretch. Exhale to lower. Try to keep the knees together. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. One more to make 5. and then we'll boomerang. Swing your legs around to the front, cross one leg over the other. We're gonna do a fun version of boomerang today. You're gonna reach forward like you did before in your rowing, then just slide your hands back, use them for your rollover, take your switch, come right back up. And we're doing this fun version since we skipped the rollover and the jackknife today. So we're gonna spend some time here in this boomerang doing a couple different variations. So join me when you're ready. You still kind of come up through this teaser here, but you just never take your hands off the floor. So you're giving yourself that little bit of help to lift your legs, and then you wind up right back here in the same position again. So do about 6 more for yourself. And all I want you to work on is reaching the legs away from where you were reaching your upper body, just like when we lifted into the 100 position today. So a little bit fancier, same idea. 2 or 3 more to go. And then you're gonna come up and go right into the seal, grabbing underneath your legs. Keep your feet above your heart, open and close at the hip without any need to bring your feet together. Then rock yourself, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You continue. I'm going to face the camera for a second so that you can see that instead of using your hands to clap your feet, you're just going open, open, open. So if my hands weren't even there, open, close, open, close, open, close. Yeah, so you're going to really feel it in your inner thighs, your hips working to bring the legs in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You'll hear some of the elder teachers say that this little clap is all about proving you've balanced. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do a couple more for yourself. Yep, and then we're going to switch right over into a rocking exercise. So come onto your tummy, just lie right down, make a pillow with one hand and reach back and grab for the foot with the other hand. You're going to keep the head nice and comfortable, and just like we were doing before on all the other belly exercises, pull the tummy up, anchor the thighs down, and then with your arm that has the ankle, you're going to pull with that elbow, and then release. Pull with the elbow. And then release. Do a couple more. I'm just going to get up and kind of show you this feeling in the arm. So instead of letting the shoulder collapse forward as you pull, you're going to have that same feeling of wide shoulder girdle. Someone's pulling your upper arm away as you pull the arm in. So it's this feeling of trying to make your arms grow out longer from your body. A couple more times on this one side. And then switch your sides. So a pillow for the head with your hand, pulling with your wide shoulder on your exhale. Same feeling of two-way stretching the front of the body, the belly away from the thighs. And then grab 2 ankles with 2 hands, or child's pose yourself if you need a little counter stretch. Once you've got 2 ankles, put your forehead on the mat, squeeze your legs together. We're going to go 3 times. Squeeze. Kick the feet into the hands, keeping the knees on the ground. Let the push of your feet lift your chest. Then head goes back down, wide shoulder position, pull with the elbows. Biceps. Push the feet into the hands, pull the belly in, send the chest forward. One more time, head goes down, pull with the biceps, tummy pulls in, kick with the feet, let it draw the chest up. Now here's the hard part. Try to release your feet without falling, and then reach forward and lower and hover yourself off the mat for 3 breaths. Squeeze the legs together more. 2 breaths. Lengthen the low back. 1 more breath. Hands go to the mat. Push yourself up into child's pose. Nice work, folks. You're going to tuck your toes. Walk your hands to your knees. Push your feet to the mat. And you'll roll all the way up. Take a deep breath in at the top. Go right back down. Hands go to the mat in front of your feet. Stand here for a moment and bend your knees as much as you need to be able to drop the crown of your head and look toward your kneecaps. Bring any amount of body weight forward as possible and pull your stomach up away from your thighs. So this position is meant to help you get stronger hamstrings and feel the stomach controlling your body's momentum in space. So as you walk forward, you're going to keep that same feeling of lifting the belly. 1 walk, 2 walk, 3 walk. Then here you are in your plank position, and you're going to reach into your 2-way stretch like we practiced. 1 slow push-up, bending your elbows toward your ankles, only going as far as you can maintain that position. Pull the tummy in, lengthen your front even more to push back up, and then curl your head toward your tail in order to walk your hands back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find that same forward position where it feels like the heels are going to try to come off the mat. Then as if you were laying over the ladder barrel, reach your arms forward and come all the way up. So that's the slowest we'll go. We'll try 4 more like that. Inhale at the top. Exhale and roll down. Find the forward body weight. Walk out 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath in and 2-way stretch. Exhale to go down. Inhale to come up. Do 1 more push-up. Exhale to go down. Inhale to go up. Again, curl the tail toward the head as you walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay forward, ladder barrel curl as you roll all the way up. 3 push-ups this time. Inhale at the top. Exhale down. Walk out and inhale. Down and exhale, up and inhale. Down and exhale, up and inhale. Down and exhale, up and inhale. Elephant back, walk it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath in, roll back up. 4 push-ups this time. Exhale to roll down, walk out, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. You may have to limit the range of motion. 1 push-up. Head stays back, 2 push-up. 3 push-up. Lengthen your front more, squeeze your legs more. Chin to your chest. Walk back 1, 2, 3, 4. Ladder barrel curl to roll up. Deep breath at the top. Exhale, roll down. Last time, walk out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 push-ups. 1 and 2 and 3. More 2-way stretch. More front body. Last one. And curl and walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Round yourself to come up. Stand tall, and as you press your arms down, feel the up and the down. 1 more deep breath. And exhale. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.